Hello, everyone. Hi, guys. Welcome into
Stick.
episode 17 of Mummy's Mask. How's everybody doing today?
Just judging facial hair.
Just looking at a literal chin strap.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Bad idea.
We don't have to talk about. We don't. That's not
It's
her
gross.
there. That's not Pathfinder. Hold on, Bub. I have those.
What are you talking about? That's Zanjafar's friggin' facial hair.
What?
He's
Oh, snap!
That's what he was stuck with.
Hey,
I
thank you for the
I
host.
put my thing down for 1 second. I come back down to like back to savagery. I was only
Leave him
gone for a
alone.
second.
Just let him fly on some titties, man.
I mean, he did, right?
It's almost like humans and dwarfs have peripheral vision when Zanjafars run up sarcophaguses and they could
Then land
see them
right in front
the
of him.
peripheral. No, I ran up, around, and then down, and you still swung
and
the
then
sword.
down right into the fight where everyone was fighting
How
the
long does
cobra.
your sword take to complete its full rotation? Like
Wait.
was a long process.
It's like a
Theoretically,
friggin' helicopter.
You watched me run
6
up
seconds.
and around and down, and then you went
6 seconds.
oops.
You know, I don't want to. I'm not going to like choose a side or pick in favor here, but he definitely did have his eyeball destroyed.
It was on the other side though. It was this, wasn't it this eye? And I went on his right side,
I don't know. It's been at least 5 or 6
Which I wasn't, Jared.
sessions since then.
which I wasn't.
The only person who knows what I am is Pilakka.
What?
Abasi has eyes?
Look,
My
man,
eyes are up here.
I know I repaired that eye to fully functioning form, so he's got no excuse.
Exactly.
I tried.
I have a pretty solid excuse.
Touch on that.
When the
Wait,
DM gets
wait,
rid of your character and then
wait,
still doesn't defend
wait.
the character.
I have pretty. So the mob was only about as tall as here. So I'm looking down at the ground. The sarcophagus is above this, and you launched yourself
You
into
saw
here.
me run up it and around. Like you don't see some Naruto.
I'm looking at this metal trouser snake that's trying to eat me. I'm way more interested in that than the red ninja over here.
It's
I
all
was just
nards and trouser snakes with you guys.
Oh, and boobs.
I was just adding to your motif. You needed more red on you.
No.
Yeah.
You could have saved me, and you're like, nope.
I did
Huh?
save you.
Bob didn't even finish his sentence. You're like, I swing the sword.
Oh, thank you, Zoe.
I saved your life.
You know, you
Baby.
guys couldn't have played that any more in my favor for the ritual. Like, it literally was perfect.
Was it perfect?
Yes, perfect. That's correct. Oh my goodness! Yeah,
I
it was.
liked it.
It was a really, really opportune moment for me to take advantage for narrative, and you guys set that up stylishly. So, so tonight it looks like we're going to be operating without KO. Not sure. I think you may have been under the impression that I was out because of a tornado last
Oh,
week.
is he not coming?
We don't know where he is.
I don't know.
I text him, so I don't know.
Oh.
He might be asleep, so there's a chance he'll wake up and
Yeah.
join us late.
Yep.
I could call him.
I would
Put
guess.
him on speakerphone.
Yeah. Well, maybe not put him on speakerphone. If he's
Maybe
asleep,
just
that
call
might
him.
end well.
Yeah, give him a buzz. Don't put him on speakerphone though.
What if he just swears uncontrollably when he wakes up? You don't know.
Who in
That's
the
my entire
Stop
stream.
calling me, you telemarketing fucking asshole.
Some things just can't be unsaid.
True enough.
We find out his darkest secrets as he just rips into this telemarketer. Holy fuck, dude.
Well, let's maybe not wake him up with a prank.
It's just a prank, bro. It's a social experiment.
It's a social experiment.
Probably
that
not.
was
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of my-
definitely. I mean, if
One
you
of my
stream that late,
favorite is
then
watching the
definitely.
clip of Soda popping back in the day, waking his family up with a pot and a pan in the 2 o'clock in the morning, and he wakes them up and the stream's rolling. And he goes, "Cool, it was just a prank. Go back to bed." And they're like, "That's never happening.
What the?
That's
You're
how
in
you.
so much shit."
Gotta love soda.
I called him. I'm not leaving a message. That'd be weird. Hey, it's Ryu from Twitch. He's gonna be like, what is going on?
What the fuck is Twitch?
It's not even that
Alright.
way. You know what would have been weird is if you would have just dropped our handles. It's like, hey, Mark, I just wanted to reach out to you. This is actually Christopher, and That would be stellar.
Now, but first name dropping.
Christopher.
Yeah, that would have been that. See, that's good. That's good. It's
I
okay.
barely know your real names.
It's all right. A lot of my family don't actually remember that my name is David. Everybody knows me as Bub in my actual family. True
Oh,
story.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm scared to talk to Ryu about his real name.
What? Why?
Because you were like, if you ever call me Chris, you're a fucking dead man. I'm sorry.
That's valid to be afraid.
I mean, they're different people, dude. Like when you hear Christopher versus Chris, there's different images in your head.
And
Yeah.
Topher Grace is the only one of his kind.
Blech. I don't like the word Topher.
Yeah. That's like if
That's
someone
the
calls
part
my
of your
kid
name you want me
Xander.
to keep.
Like, don't call my kid Xander. I might hurt you.
Xander?
Xander. It's a nickname for Alexander.
Oh, yeah. I've got a Xander in my stream pretty much all the
But
time.
I thought you were gonna
I
say in
have
your
one in my
closet.
stream,
You
too.
gestured towards your closet, and I was like the cat.
I'm tied up. It's a fine name, but oh my, it's very polarizing.
Well, I think.
Not
Well,
what I named my kid. How dare you say it?
well, that's how my mom felt. Like when I was young, I wanted to be called Chris, and my mom, when I went to kindergarten, looks like her heart fell through her chest when I was like, I want to be called Chris to the teacher. He's like, but whatever.
I thought my name was JD until I went to school. And then they're like, you're Jared. And I went, what? Your initials are JN. And I went, what?
Wait, really? Your mom called you JD?
Yeah.
I always
kinda
thought it was
weird.
Jared, but that's all right. I actually went to school with a couple of guys named JD. Wasn't that weird for me, I guess?
Well, when I got to school, it all disappeared because nobody else was calling me that. And I had no idea where it came from, but
Mom just breaking the mold over here. Thanks, Mom.
really fucking me up. I go into elementary school and I'm like, I'm fit, I'm blonde, and my name is JD. A year later, I'm like, I'm fat, I got brown hair, and my name is Jared. How are you?
Fitting into two totally different friend groups there.
He's a chameleon.
Yeah. This monster. All right, guys. Let's see if we can remember what happened 2 weeks ago. The blank stares are perfect. I
just had like Razor open 6 applications at once, so I'm trying to get rid of that.
I'm mad typing NPCs into our Discord. Sorry.
That's perfect. Someone's got to.
Last week. We
Well,
ran
last week
into-
we didn't play. It was 2 weeks ago at this point.
Or
Yeah.
Bob, I was on a roll.
I
Hit-
met
hit me with it.
an ugly ass halfling.
It's gone now. I don't.
What's the
even-
other half of that, dude?
You met an ugly ass halfling?
Yeah, ugly ass halfling.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool though. He was another tomb survivor, and he wanted to drink to the memory of some of their puppies that fell in battle.
I
Yes.
thought he was
And-
talking about Ryu for a second.
I did as well. I was like, what's his name? Ronan.
What the fuck is happening?
This is the bus just cruising right
He's
over
like-
Ronan.
Goblins are not ugly halflings. That is speciest.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, you met other survivors of their excursions into the necropolis. Did you catch names?
Mad Dog Marn.
Yes, Mad Dog Marn.
Wait a minute, I'm in a Discord with all of this information.
You are in fact. You are in fact. What group did Mad Dog represent?
The Dog Soldiers.
Oh wow.
Survivors of the Tomb.
Turbo going
Bang.
hot. Look at that, man. 15 subs right off the bat.
Holy turbo!
Whoa.
Fa, Bulbasaur, Scarlet, Mr. Tibb, Chronicles, Necro Olaf, Egberts, Cyber Mama, slew of other names. Let's see if I can get them. Asylum, Miney, Chrysandra, Wiz, and Caleb. Welcome in, guys.
Didn't realize there was a prize to this quiz.
We should right. We should put symbols next to their names to help me remember. So Farhan, Seti, Toothy, Pook, Akentepi.
Is he singing the Pokemon rap?
I'm not sure. He might be. Catch 'em,
Gotta-
catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all.
No,
Gotta
also
catch 'em all. Mommy's
Pokemon.
mask. Pokemon. God damn it.
I remember there being a place where I could put my sword, and oh wow, more.
Fear's like not to be outdone.
Yeah, not even a little bit. Thank you so much, Fear.
So that's 4 rerolls.
That
Who's
is.
got the last one?
A hero.
I'm holding out for that hero.
From the darkness.
I need a hero.
Thank you.
The last reroll gets to touch my beard. I mean, what?
At Bubfest.
At Bubfest,
That's
yeah.
right.
No more donations for the rest of the night. No subs.
Oh man, that's perfect. Is that Bit Bosses? Yeah, it's probably Bit Bosses. I'll go ahead and hit you guys with some rep now.
What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, there was a sword or something? A one-handed sword that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Turbo came through with your beard touch, and you're the first sub.
Yeah.
Well, you done it, kid. You didn't say what he. You didn't say what he could and couldn't touch your beard with either.
I didn't, and I'm not even afraid.
I am.
You can twirl whatever you want in my beard.
How much for the Snapchat for that?
Cypher, what's going on? Welcome in.
Patreon is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do that? Did you edit that? Blah.
Yeah, I just changed
with
it.
the dots. That helps me
a little
so
more.
much to be able to see like each one.
Yeah, that was a good idea. That was if anybody wants to add to that list, it's Alt-7 to make a dot like that. Mad Dog Barnes sold us a sword that makes somebody a charming, handsome motherfucker.
Yes.
But I think might have a curse component to it. I don't remember where we settled on that.
If you
We
can,
don't know
if
what
you can
it is.
recall,
We don't know what it is.
what
We know
led you-
there's a
what led you to
curse.
believe that it was cursed?
There was definitely something going on. Wasn't this? We have to make like a save or something.
He was really fucking happy not to be holding it anymore.
I think somebody rolled high enough to see what the enchantment was, but not high enough to see what the curse
That's
was.
correct. I actually
Right.
believe it was Pilakka.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And not
So-
even the vendor was able to determine what was wrong with it. But yes, you're right. He
Right.
did seem slightly more enthusiastic to have it out of his hands.
We thought at first that it was just because it made him too handsome, and he's he gets his reputation and intimidation by being an ugly son of a bitch.
He is rather grizzled. Yeah, that's definitely the case. But yet to be determined. What you can say for certain is that whomever holds the sword is actually quite a bit more handsome. Their charisma seems to upend just a little bit and seem to be in their favor a bit more so. So where we saw that Donkor was already very charismatic and a handsome gentleman, he is now like even more so. He's starting to teeter onto like the look of nobility. So definitely someone that is very well taken care of. So yeah, it's true. It's true. What was the price? Can you recall how
Like,
much you paid for it?
20,000 or something.
No, it was like
No.
300 or something.
He brought it down too.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking in Black Desert terms because it's like way escalated. Yeah, it was like 200 and then we only had like a little bit left over or something.
I think what it was, if I can recall right, it was appraised at over 400 gold.
Oh,
But then KO succeeded in a huge diplomacy with an at 20, and it brought it down a little bit. He was like, "I'll part with it for this much instead. I don't feel right taking this."
It was like 200 something or early 300s.
I think it was. It was either 250 or 300. I can't remember exactly.
I
the
think it was
amount.
250, and then he's like, "Fuck, I should have said 225."
Yes, but it still came at a benefit. Doesn't necessarily have to just belong to Donkor. Anybody can use this blade, but it's entirely up to that person to take it willingly. Correct. That's accurate. So, yeah, you did get a weapon, and he said that he wanted to drink with you. He said a few other things. What can you recall?
I can recall that, like I said, he lost his dog,
Yes.
and they wanted to drink to his memory. They wanted us to be there because we're cool, and we also survived the tombs. And I think we were supposed to do it like the next day, like the following night.
It was actually that night.
Mm-hmm.
That no,
Yeah, that night. So it's still very early on in the day. You had made pretty good headway dealing with Farhan before businesses were starting to open, and then you were separating away, which you found that you were being encountered by an individual. You still don't really know who it was. They managed to break away in the crowd, and that's when you met Mad Dog, and he said that it was actually tonight. Tonight you're supposed to meet with what was probably the most important bit of information, the other survivors. There were surviving groups of the tombs. You don't know exactly how many. He said that there were at least 3 other groups that were meeting up, but they were hoping to see others as well.
Yo, somebody's gonna try to kill us tonight.
Or it's just gonna be a big brawl.
I did
Sudden
warn you a
suspicion.
whole lot that you might not want to let Abasi attend this.
Or it could just be like a cuddle fest.
Could be,
Wait.
yeah.
Did we switch? Before
Maybe.
I forget, did we switch my weapon on my character sheet?
I don't know, actually. Let's take a quick peek.
And then how do I remove my dagger? Oh, there it is.
You wanted it to be a great sword, correct?
Yeah, great sword.
Got it. All right. So unlock. Wait, just go into edit.
Oh, there was a scabbard that can hide my sword, but we were like, no, we don't want to barter with that. Or he wouldn't let it go.
That's right. He didn't want to come off of it. That wasn't really up to you to make that decision. He was just
We
like,
could have punched him in the
nah.
back of the head.
You could have, but that would have gone super poorly. I mean, what do I know? I'm just the storyteller.
Right.
That looks good. Crit multiplier is 2. It is strength and a half. You are good to go now. It should be accurate. Go ahead and test that for me if you would.
Okay.
You just got to click it.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, it rolled up my entire... Okay, all right. Really?
Wait, did it go all over the board?
No, it just had a really, really low roll there.
I can click it again.
Go for it, sure. All right.
Is that a low roll too?
I mean, you're not
hit rolls
rolling.
are.
Your hit rolls are pretty low. You've rolled under 10 twice, but your damage rolls, that's substantial, right? That's a lot. It's a lot of damage.
Where can I see the breakdowns?
If you hover the number, it actually shows you.
Okay.
So you rolled 1d20. It'll tell you all of the modifiers
All
inside of
7.
it. But if you scroll down, or not scroll down, but if you just look down, it'll say, like, in parentheses, the number that you rolled plus your modifier.
Yeah, like your last roll was 7 or 10 plus 7.
Yep.
Mine. Oh, okay. I see it all the way at the bottom. Okay, yeah. 10 plus
Yeah.
7. So
Whereas mine was 11 plus 7.
Correct.
8
For
plus
like a
7.
similar weapon type.
Wow, these are all low rolls.
Yep, it's okay. It's all right. It's going to happen. I mean, you guys,
Let me get these out of my system.
you do have...
Holy shit!
Even Pilakka rolled better than you.
Yeah. You
Get
do
these out of my
have...
system.
That was a max damage of 5.
Oh, you crit. There you
Okay,
go.
Now there I crit.
Now
There it
that's
goes.
that's unfortunate that you
crit
threw that.
Your pants. I know. Like, why would you do that?
That's 24 damage.
No,
Crit confirmed.
that's 24 to hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's 24 to hit.
Although
Your
Oh,
damage.
Damage.
17
Although you
damage.
critical failed in part of your damage roll.
Are you just going like absolutely bananas on a market stall right now?
Yep.
Just like destroying some guy's inventory.
Oh, hold! It's okay. Hold on. I'm
helps.
just practicing.
I'm just getting a good warm up for my shoulders. It's first thing in the morning.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Blood flowing, you know.
I guess it is still pretty early in game.
You did meet somebody else though the last time we played. Someone that you thought was pretty relevant to your tale. Who did you meet?
That nobody wanted me to talk to, so I went
Correct.
outside.
Yeah.
Oh, the old lady.
The old lady?
Well, she wasn't old though. She was just a lady, right?
Was it Seti the crocodile?
Nope.
Oh, who did we meet with?
It was like the person that we took the thing to, and we're like, "Hey,
I actually
It should
remember
be-
the name without even looking because the last time we played, I said her name like 27 times.
I know. Omen Koten
Crap.
can be heard so
That's it.
much.
Oman Kotem. Yes.
Oh, okay. I have her
Mender's
name written
Row.
down.
And Mender's
I have
Row
it in
on the
game
mend.
notes.
I just had the assumption that she was old because she was very fucking. She was
Old.
quick
She didn't
with
put up
the
with your
with the
shit.
comebacks, dude. She was like sassy.
A woman in power in this time has to be. You have to be
Oh
quick,
yeah, no, for sure.
or you just kind of fall to the wayside. So yeah, it definitely makes sense for the time, even for the location. To be in her position, not only does she have to be quick with a word, but she's very intelligent. A lot
yeah.
of traditional schooling. So definitely someone that it's valuable on your side. What did you determine about her?
Wait, didn't she do clap on, clap off with Pilakka's disguise?
Yes.
Oh yeah, this lady. Was she with the
Clap on.
consortium? I forget.
No,
No.
she's
don't
with
know.
the Mender's Row, dude.
You don't know.
Mender's Row. Okay.
Right. She's the one who laughed at me when I asked her about my fucking rock.
Yeah, she's like, you fell for
So
that
not
shit?
necessarily.
It's all starting to come. I like it. I like that it's coming back for everybody.
It's been 2 weeks. I can't even remember what I ate yesterday.
Dude,
Well,
I just
I mean,
remember
alright.
that I got reprimanded hard for always telling the truth. So I left the building to wait until you guys were done.
Yeah, she introduced some doubt about about Akentepe as well, like kind of like, oh wait, are you sure this is all a good thing? Like, I know my character, I thought all the Akentepe stuff, like she's stoked, and
Yeah.
now like, ooh, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, she's a bit of a history buff. And she had some interest, but she doubted your find. She
Mhm.
specifically said, in order to determine the accuracies of this, I'll need to have it verified.
Right, we were
And-
gonna bring someone down.
Correct. You
Yeah.
were going on an escort mission.
Yeah.
Is
An
the person
escort
gonna
quest.
run or walk real, like never gonna match our speed when we go down there?
They just clip on everything.
They're going to do the GTA thing where you're just driving down the street passively and they go, a car, and dive into the road and die.
Oh my
I
god.
hope not.
I don't think it's going to be that bad, but it depends. There are actually a couple of options of people that I can send. So I'm still trying to determine who I might send for this.
Oh, please send a 20th level fighter that's just one of your other viewers. Really likes archaeology.
Basic Jindiana Moans,
Jindiana Moans. That's definitely a porn name if I've ever heard one.
right? I've
Yeah.
seen that movie.
I would buy it.
Yeah.
I'd buy the DVD.
Perfect.
It's right next to Pocahontas.
Oh,
Ooh.
I don't know if that is, but that
Keep going.
feels accurate.
No, that's a real. That one's a real movie.
Don't feel
I've
that.
heard. I've heard.
I'll Google it later for reasons.
Yes, someone called for the bards. I'm here.
True enough.
Trying to inspire.
So I've got to ask, completely stepping away from character for a moment, is everybody happy with their character? Are you like excited about what you're playing? Are you thinking about potentially shifting in the future?
Mine's so old.
Mine's so.
Why did I
happy.
make her so old?
This is directed at me.
No, actually, it's I actually have quite a few viewers that want to put items into the game for your characters, and
Oh, they're hesitant.
they're hesitant because, like, well, I never know if they're having fun. It looks like they're having fun, but it could just be one of those things where they're just, putting on a face. Everybody's a broadcaster here, right? Like, we're entertainers to some degree.
Almost.
So, well, yeah, I mean, even
Formerly known.
you definitely know.
I know what you're saying. I'm all in on Pilakka.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, this is. I bought fancy like night city ears.
Oh, awesome.
Actually, which I'm gonna put on because it's hot as balls. They're basically summer ears because it's hot as balls in here right now.
Okay. Perfect. And what do we think about Abasi? Guess what? His internet died for the third time today.
I was wondering why he was making that face for so long. I was like, what did he find?
I thought he was like having some serious reservations about Abasi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look, he's in,
I was getting a
like,
little concerned.
he looks torn.
Somebody clip his face like that.
Oh, he'll be back. He'll be back. He's come back every time. There it is.
Heyo.
Welcome back.
It makes a really weird chiming noise when you come back automatically.
Yes, it does. It goes like bidoo every time.
So all
So
I heard is, let's take a step back for our characters for a second, and then everything froze, and I went, hey.
so far, I've got two people that are down to continue playing their characters. What is Jared's thought on Abasi? Are you enjoying your experience as Abasi, or are you afraid to continue playing him? Are you still having fun with him?
No, I don't have any problems with the bossy. I actually like how he stands at odds in certain ways with a lot of the party.
Like how he doesn't have spells.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He has no spells and should. He has spellcraft that's useless. No, more to the point, I like who he is. I like that he doesn't lie. I like that he's lost and confused in this city and dealing with a lot of bad things and just trying to find friends. And the friends he found doesn't want him to have any more friends. So we'll see how long it takes him to survive or finally put his foot down and go, no, I'm tired of this shit. But I'm really enjoying him as a character and where he's at and what he's doing. If he dies tomorrow, I'll make a character that is considerably darker.
Okay. All right. And what are we thinking so far for Ronan?
I think I'm just gonna roll a centaur summoner.
I'm going to end your life.
He's my pocket pal, and he's not allowed to go anywhere. So
Bubfest is just around the corner, and I will sacrifice you to the elder D&D deities.
Dude, I'm fucking ready. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
oh, I'm gonna go so bad.
So what are you thinking? Are you enjoying Ronan so far?
I really like. I like him. I like being awkward and creating weird. Because I do it in public anyway. Like the few amount of times that I go in public with my wife, I don't know. I get to be myself because I'm 30 and married. I'm like, I don't give a shit. And Jesse's like, stop it.
Well, wait till you hit 40, my friend. There are 0 fucks here.
Oh, I'm all ready for it. It's like ascending. It's like just the awkwardness gets better. So like, I don't know. I like that I get to be awkward. It's kind of weird trying to portray somebody that's wanting to function in somewhere where he knows he's not going to be accepted, but he kind of wants to be like part of that really bad. I don't know. And the fact that I have a giant fucking sword and I'm going to fuck some shit up makes me pretty hard in the pants. Like, I'm not going to lie.
You got to celebrate the little things in life. You know what I mean?
Wow. Was that a poke at my height?
No,
No,
it's
it
not.
was a poke
it's
at your
clearly
pants.
a poke at your
Yeah,
genitals.
it's a poke at your penis.
Oh, this is what you get for sassing me. I can't actually sacrifice you at Bubfest, and that's something I have to live with.
I mean, I'd be down for it. Sacrifice and chill.
Lord.
Sacrifice and chill. And by chill, you mean make s'mores by the campfire.
Yeah, definitely. That's
Yes.
yes, that's
And chill.
exactly what we mean. So, I can't tell if Jared disconnected or not. Oh, okay, he's still there.
I'm looking up the contact number for my ISP so that I can call them and be like, "What the fuck?"
Perfect.
Well, but is that how you do it in Canada though? Because I feel like it would be like, "Excuse me."
Oh no, sorry,
They just
Canadians.
apologize to
Hey,
you when-
tell us. Yeah, so my internet's been up for 2 days, and
I'm
there's
really
shit I
sorry.
need to do. So you're gonna have to get that fixed real quick, like bud, or I'm pumping all the gas out of your truck again, and you'll never make it down to Tim's.
Again.
That,
Thanks.
that is the Canadian equivalent of "I will fucking kill you."
Yeah. Oh, hey there, bud. That seems
that guy was real mad.
seems that my internet just went out for a rip. Okay, can we get that back up?
What has been my favorite so far? The internet post where it goes, "Dude, fucking, I hate living paycheck to paycheck," and it's check spelled CHEQUE.
Yeah.
How we spell check up here, and then somebody goes, "Excuse me, it's spelled this way." Oh, sorry, I'm from Canada where we spell things right. Oh, that's a really polite way to say "fuck you." Get out of my conversation.
Perfect. Perfect.
Horrible complaint.
Where did we end last time we played? Can you recall?
Yeah, everybody was still in the room talking to Omen Coton, and I was standing
Yes.
outside enjoying the pottery. And Neferani was looking for random people to kiss to give her stone to.
That's right. That's right. That was when it was determined that you had stumbled upon a child's toy. Well, a tool used to educate children.
Oh no!
It's like their version of those little targets you put in the toilet for kids to pee at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except now I gotta
Except-
put it in my mouth with that imagery.
Well-
Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that.
It was
I
definitely
don't
not a
have
paddle
anything
stuff.
else to
Haven't
add to
we all
that.
put things
Sorry.
that pee in our mouth though?
I
Well, not
mean-
peeing in that never mind.
No.
I don't.
Put things into the toilet to pee at, but no.
I meant,
Well, I mean, not to
never
pee
mind.
at, just, once they're there.
Cheerios.
yeah,
Those are
I was gonna say Cheerios is what.
Bub's like, what the fuck is? Where have we gone wrong?
It's fine. It's fine. It just makes me think of what Ronan's life was like before this time. What was his job? Was he just like a communal urinal at that point? I don't actually know.
That's not what I meant. You knew what I meant.
Oh, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. Even Muhammad Ali is disgusted on your shirt about the statement that you just made. It's all right. So, it's true. You are still at the Mend, speaking with Oman Kotem. She did laugh at your plight of dealing with this children's toy, especially since nobody seemed to remember it much.
Sorry, Jared.
Jared's gone.
God damn it. He might actually be texting Tell Us right now. So what's up there, bud? Is the internet down again? Oh, wait, hello?
He's on the phone with them.
Yes, he is.
While he's on the phone, that's
And
just an
he's
extra
try-
kick in the
He's
pants.
trying to say fuck a bunch of times, like he's really saying that.
Yeah, he's moving this
Saying
weekend.
vacuum.
So his internet should be good. I'm quite excited for that. So, I'm going to go ahead and set the scene for you. You remember where you're at. You're at the Mend, or on the Mend, if you will. Seeing to Oman Kotem. You believe that you've gathered as much information as you actually will need, but moving forward, it's entirely up to you what you do from this point. She said her piece. She's offered a price on the mask, but you believe that you must keep the mask for one reason or another. Particularly, you believe that Abasi will be quite upset if you sell the mask of Akentepi. Do you know what the mask was used for, though? What was the point of it, if you can recall?
Hiding the fact that she was, I don't remember.
That she
Was
was a
it-
woman?
Was it hiding that she was a woman?
Perhaps.
Hold on. Sorry.
I do not
Child-
remember
child act.
the answer to
It's
this.
okay.
I apparently don't remember the entire second half of our play session last time.
It's okay. I mean, it has been 2 weeks, too. So, shit happens.
I remember her saying that, like you said, we have to escort somebody to there and prove that she was a woman, or that Akentepi was a female.
Yeah. What
Oh, yeah.
what proof did you think you had? I was curious.
Maybe the ledger. What was it? Maybe something about her ledgers or her personal notes. I can't remember what it was that we.
You were actually going to use the sarcophagus lid. You thought that
that's
was
right.
going to be proof enough. But now that it's been 2 weeks, you had some time to think on it. Do you think that a coffin lid is really going to be enough?
Mm-mm.
No, they won't take it as proof, even if it is like feminine.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Do we even know that there's a corpse in this thing? Do we know if she physically ascended or?
It was
Oh,
empty after
Yeah,
she
it
went
was.
up.
Yeah, you guys
That's
looked,
right,
and all
that's
that
right.
all that remained was the mask. You did see bits of like gold flake from the inside of the coffin itself, but you're not really sure what purpose that it served, at least immediately.
Okay, so we
go ahead.
gotcha. So we had of the documentation that we had taken from it, half of it was left with Zanjafar, half of it with Donkor, correct?
Correct.
So we can go over what we have and see if there's anything that verifies it in there, and if not, we might have to seek out Zanjafar.
True. Let me actually see what kind of documents we have on Donkor, because I believe he wrote most of this stuff down.
Mhm.
Let's see. He has.
I feel like he had the military stuff.
He has papyrus tubes. He made sure to record his dwarven war axe. His axe. Yo, all he wrote down was his papyrus tubes. Water skin, shovel, signal whistle, tinderbox, quiver, iron arrows, cure mod, papyrus tubes, urn of perfume, and lots of weapons. That's it.
Okay, so I can tell you what Zanjafar had. He had.
You know- Sorry, go ahead.
Where's it at? How do I get to his character? Oh, there it is. He had. Shit. Where is it? Where are the notes at?
It's going to be your second page, and it's not notes,
Okay.
it's just equipment.
Memos, speech, ledgers, private contacts. So that's all he had, other than the rest of it.
So anything that may validate that Akentepi was a woman was actually taken by Zanjafar. What you were able to procure was the battle plans.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: is and anything that we actually found that was readable, Pilakka would have read. So there's a chance she might remember it. I didn't get any details on what they contained at the time, aside from basically, the brief summary of what they contain. So I don't know if Pilakka could potentially recall this, but otherwise we might just have to go find Zanji.
I was wondering. Well, I have. All right. So are we still in there? Are we still talking to her? I want to.
I'm just going to assume that you guys stepped out with Abasi, just outside. So you're still probably in Mender's Row, but I don't think you've gone very far. You're likely even still around her building or just descending the steps.
I'm wondering if there's a thing where, I don't know. I have an idea, but trying to make sure it's not meta and it's actually Neferani and not Misty.
Let's see if Pilakka can remember much. Based on the things that you had gathered, let's put it to a memory test. So it's just going to be a wisdom. It's really good, actually. Most of the information that you had obtained, there is little, even in the documentation that Zanjifar had taken, that would lead you to believe that she was a woman, more or less a figure of power. Nothing that really kind of denotes the gender.
Okay. So she would probably mention this out loud if the party was also. I assume the party's kind of discussing what to do next.
I'm assuming so. We'll just go ahead and I'm going to pass the buck here. I'm going to make sure that the floor is now everybody's. You guys can discuss amongst yourselves. It seems like Donkor has gone a little quiet, and I'm assuming that Jared will be rejoining us momentarily. So talk amongst yourselves.
Sure. The woman wants proof. Why must we, again, prove Akentepe's sex?
Aside, why were we... I don't remember exactly why we were going to do it. Wasn't she going to pay us money if we did it?
I think... Yes.
But it's a memory test. If you want to try to remember what the what it was worth to her, then try to put it to a memory test. Let's see. Just it's a wisdom.
Because like in real life, it just happened 5 seconds ago, and in game time, it happened 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So I'm just trying to remember if I just like the gist of it. Was it that she wanted the information for herself? Did she want the information for? And I mean, I guess I'll just pose it to the bird in character. Bird, why do you think she wants to know so badly? I mean,
Ronan and Pilakka, I think you're both going to get this here. I set the DC at 16, and you were both able to beat this. It's a substantial find. It changes the history or the shape of history as you know it. It has long since been believed that women were never really given a position of power, particularly that of a general. So this will actually change the shape of history and may offer more in the way of rights and collusive power for women, even in today's Wati in the Osirian Desert.
Okay.
Right. So we were trying to kind of like make our mark on history. I don't remember us ever being promised money. I think we kind of assumed that
there might
discovery would be accompanied by riches, which is not necessarily true.
Right. Okay. Well, I wonder if so she wrote on me. Well, she said I was hers. Do you think I could summon her? I mean, she could if we brought her back, I mean, what are the pluses and minuses there? I don't feel like that's... I mean, we definitely shouldn't just say, hey, come on back for fun. But, I mean, this sounds like a good, maybe, idea. Like, I don't know, maybe if we, rub our foreheads together, or...
It should not be impossible to somehow use this connection, but whether or not it would be wise is a different story.
But it was just sand. Right? Everything would be fine.
Can I see if that might work? Just based on what I know about magic without actually trying it?
What exactly are you trying? What are you trying to do?
Does that sound like it makes sense? That her mark might summon the deity that made it?
Oh, if you activate it?
Give me a knowledge. Actually, hit me with spellcraft.
Okay. Oh, it's a bad roll.
Okay, give me a knowledge arcane. You can always re-roll if you'd like.
Yeah, 5 of them.
True. I don't know if I want to go that early. That's a good arcana.
It's really, really good arcana. You are aware that there are methods that it can be used. Generally, this might be seen as something like a bit of an arcane mark, or an arcane rune, which is a way to determine a sense of property or location. You don't necessarily know if this is an Osirian cellular phone, though. It may not necessarily be a summons button, but this could be a means of locating, or potentially even since it's marked her, it might be a method of speaking directly to Neferani, but not necessarily back.
We can't just use Jared and Misty to triangulate where Akentepe is.
They're an Akentepe dowsing squad.
Put up my paws like antenna and turn around like.
Oh, yeah, boss.
Turn to the left. Turn to the left.
I've got nothing. Sorry, guys.
He's out of my cell signal.
Yeah.
What's a cell?
I got no bars.
I've got bars. I have rations.
You do, in
So
fact.
I.
Summon Akentepe, we could not. But perhaps to find Akentepe through this. But we cannot do such things here. Too many eyes.
At this point in the day, it is. It's quite a hustle and bustle amidst the bazaar, and even on the mend.
So wait, did Ronan overhear about her being Akentepe being a god? I can't remember if I.
No, I don't think so.
Near.
I actually don't
I
think
have heard
you were aware of
anything.
that knowledge.
Yeah.
I don't think you really know anything about Akentepe, except for the fact that she's left a mark on both Abasi and Neferani.
And I'm new to the area, so I wouldn't know that she was the general.
In fact, the only thing that was yet to have been spoke of in the recap was what was pertinent, particularly to Ronan. Your captor,
All right. Oh yeah.
Deked.
I was supposed to be felt. I was Deked.
Are we running with that?
Yeah,
Yep.
I like it. I think Deked
Nice.
is great.
He's supposed to sell me to. Hold on, I wrote this down somewhere. The family of peoples.
You're getting there.
Yep.
At least
We were arguing about swords and stuff.
a family. Who's the family?
I don't know where it went.
Let's see if he can recall it.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
Okay. I'll have to dig that up for you. I think it may have just been spaced at this point.
Yeah, I put it in the Discord. I just don't know where the hell I put it.
What you were aware of is that it was one of the prominent families.
They sold dyes.
Yes, you do recall that. Yeah, they actually run most of the Mendants, a prominent district, which is the Mender's Row, and most of what he is known for their sale of dyes and their shipment of dyes across the world, even as far as Western Galarian.
Yeah, I can't find it.
That's okay. It's okay. It's very on brand for a goblin to not necessarily remember all of the details. You're still doing really well, to be honest.
I think that I think I still even butchered the name
Yeah.
on purpose.
I believe that's accurate. And it's okay.
Yeah, I got nothing. Yikes. But yeah, we know that they're a prominent family and that they sell dyes and stuff. Oh, and the lady that we talked to about the Akentepe stuff knows of them, and she name dropped them at one point. I think so.
That's accurate.
What was this family name? Did we know?
That's what he was trying to
I
remember.
was trying to find it and I couldn't find it.
It will come back up. It's going to come back up many times, to be honest. Not something to stress about right this particular moment.
Okay.
Anything else that you'd like to try to do? Are you still going to discuss amongst yourselves?
I think we should probably have more. Sorry, go ahead.
No, good. I was trying to figure out where this was. Go ahead.
If we should maybe wait until there's more people present to help make this decision, but we might want to think about going back to the tomb. Probably not today because we got somewhere to be. We got a date.
Right.
But
You guys actually
might
have,
be like a
have an
tomorrow
idea
activity.
of what you all have to do? I know I've asked this several times, but has this been something that's been written down or at least is well understood per everyone at this point?
we have a party to do channel on the Discord. There is nothing in it.
Okay.
So
Not a terrible idea
I'm gonna
to
start adding
begin
to that.
to begin filling that out. What can you
Yeah.
recall?
aside from meeting the Mad Dogs, not a whole lot, or the Dog Soldiers and the other tomb survivors. I guess we're supposed to meet with the Pook.
Yeah.
We should probably not piss him off, even though none of us like him. Probably not a good idea. And then
There was a guy that we lost in the crowd right when we came out. We never really stumbled across that person again. So he could either be outside of the place that we're at, still watching us, or gone. We don't really
Right.
have an idea.
And then there's the my former coven who's trying to kill me,
Right.
Mhm.
and presumably all of my subjects. And I need to figure out how to complete that ritual, which is something I really don't know how to do yet. So that's something I need to like start cooking at. But
This group needs a quest log. We actually have constructed an entire private Discord specifically for this. They have a log of NPCs, and I'm assuming they're probably going to begin recording like group loot, things that they don't necessarily know what to do with or utilize at a moment's notice, because obviously they can't carry it with them at all times. But it's nice. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, work in progress is probably the best way to put it. I think the only thing that's on my agenda, literally, besides ultimately overthrowing the Pook, is for some reason I've decided that's a goal of mine, is getting some sort of hat.
Yes.
Probably one that looks like this, because I'll just for ease to cover my head.
You could
Well, I
always
don't-
find a band as well, right? Like some kind of
I don't really feel like going full Karate Kid, so I'm gonna go like like ears through the. Plus, I already have this, and I could just say that's what I have
Okay.
on nights where I'm not literally like sweating my lady balls off.
Got it. I like the ears though. They're nice. It's a nice addition.
These are my fancy city ears, like I said. Not
perfect.
my adventure in ears.
What's on the agenda of our young goblin? What kind of goals would you like to complete to?
I don't know. I'd like to fucking kill something because I'm itching.
You itching?
Why
Why are you itching? Just like out of game, or is it like an in-game thing?
Kind of both, honestly. 'Cause I really want to see what kind of damage I can do. Like, I want to split something in half. In game, though, like I'm used to that's like my habit every day. We just get up and either practice fighting and spar, or I'm killing someone. And like that's my routine.
But I'm
So,
curious, would Ronan see this as a little different in this moment? Like you for the first time, likely in your life, are being treated as an individual, even if they're lying about your origins. They're feeding you. They're asking your opinion on things. You're not
Well,
being beaten regularly.
It's almost like I hit the lottery because like they saved me from a box. They fed me cheese. They let me sleep near them. I had some hookah. I got to eat some good food. Like you said, they're treating me like an individual, and they seem like a rowdy group. Like the entire time that I've been with them, there's always been some shit going down.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited. I'm like, this is like the perfect scenario, because like no matter what, like either I'm being wined and dined and treated like a real person, or we're gonna get into some shit and it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna get to pull out my sword. So it's like,
So you think
win-win.
you're in very favorable morale then?
In terms of their view of me, or
Just your own as looking at
as
yourself.
myself?
Yeah, would you say that you're in a favorable situation, so your morale is high, or are you just like, well, this is you're being pessimistic about it? And it's like this could end any moment, and I could just go back to being in a box.
I don't know. I feel like I'm lost in the moment. I feel like Ronan would be very short short attention span, because I mean he's a goblin, so like anything shiny, and this is just all shiny stuff. So I don't even think he's really even thinking about Dakid at all.
Well, it did come up. You actually were the one that mentioned it. You told your allies about it, so it's at least relevant to your knowledge.
Yeah, I think it's still there, but I don't think it's really hit him. Like it's kind of like if your parents mention, like, say you're on like a class field trip and you mention your parents, it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's my parents, but then you're like, I think eventually it's gonna hit them like,
okay,
oh shit, I have to go home from the amusement park, whatever.
Sure.
I don't even know.
Sure, that makes sense. And what are we seeing right now from Misty? Misty, as Neferani, you've now met many wondrous things. You're starting to build your own rapport and reputation at this point with many individuals, somewhat even, I would say, bigger parties in the city. You've met some very influential individuals like the Pook, and you survived your first meeting, which some people are not so lucky, to be totally honest. Some people are just not so lucky. And you're developing some camaraderie. Even if you've just met Ronan, you seem to be favorable in his in any moment with him, and also in Pilakka as well. Are you like tersely against any of the other characters so far?
No, I mean, I definitely. I mean, she really is very black and white in some ways, and relationships are one of them, right? It's are they friend or foe? Right. So this party is friend, right? So everyone here is friends. No one here is foe. Zanjifar is still friend. Fire Lady still friend, right? Other people, it's like, I guess it's three states: unknown, friend, foe, right? So she likes the party. She likes what she's doing. She's not really in a place yet where she's accepted internally that she's done all these things, right?
Okay.
It's still kind of like, okay, we did that. That was awesome. And
Yeah.
it doesn't impact her that it has elevated her status in any way, shape, or form. Like, to her, she's exactly who she was, because she doesn't see it, right? Like,
Right.
It's external. So to her, she's exactly who she was, but just with more awesome memories and
Sure.
a new star. So she's gonna have to encounter some people who are giving her the business because of it, whether that be good or bad, or recognize, like, she's gonna have to experience it. And it's probably going to be a little bit like me going to TwitchCon the first time somebody was like, hey, you're you. And I was like, I wanted to run away.
Okay.
Like, no, what? Who? What? No. Who's that?
Who is that? Perfect.
No, bye. Yeah, so that's basically where she... Yo, you should have seen me the first time someone, like, cold spotted me. It was like... It's about that.
Okay.
That's what I'm feeling. I mean, it's situational with her, but that's my...
All right. Okay. And for now, I think that leaves us with Pilakka. Pilakka, you have for quite a while, I would argue that might even be hundreds of years, maybe even thousands of years, have gone without what you would regard as true allies. I won't even say friends. Would you say this ragtag bunch, for the week and a half, maybe 2 weeks that you've known them now, are falling into that area, or is it still just like, I will continue using them until they are no longer useful to me?
Yeah, definitely the former. This is like having really useful lab rats that live like a year or two maximum.
Okay.
Like, yeah, pretty much.
Do you think there will be a turning
Make-wise.
point?
No.
No?
I don't see that in Pilakka at all. She's a pretty static character in that way.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
she's I kind of go from that perspective of she's been alive for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, and doesn't really and for none of those has ever dedicated herself to social interaction whatsoever. So for that to change, like, I don't know that it's even in her.
Okay. All right. What does Pilakka think when somebody defends her? Like, when they stand in the way of the blade? How is that perceived? Is this like... Would you say it's more like, well, it's a necessity that I stay alive, so they see that I stay alive so that I can do all of my magicking things? Or do you view it differently?
She views it as useful. She's like, man, that person really did something that, like, wow, somebody wasn't a disappointment. is kind of the best you get out of her.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm curious, does Pilakka align herself in any sort of relationship outside of just useful tools?
Not really.
Has she ever?
No. No,
Okay.
not like the only thing that she has that she's close to is Gidok, and she like kind of only tolerates him.
Okay. Well, I think you've just presented a challenge at this point. Pilakka has never loved, has never even really liked anybody.
Okay.
It's like being asexual, but instead just like a like relationshipal. So, like just like don't speak to me kind of thing. Like unless we're dealing, don't care. Like that's been her approach to everything forever.
But we have seen Pilakka very emotional recently. When we had the introduction of your disciple, your unknown disciple at that, we did see you become very heated in that situation.
That's right. Touched a nerve.
Why did it touch a nerve? I'm curious.
Because while Pilakka feels basically no reverence or respect or attachment to other mortal creatures, she might feel like respect if they're like really powerful or something, but or show respect at least. But the difference is, contrasting to personal relationships, she does have a great respect and passion for arcane arts and the exchange of knowledge, which is why when her former student kind of comes out and says like, I am more powerful than you now, she gets angry and says like, you never got it. She respects more the pursuit of knowledge than the pursuit of power. And that's kind of a distinction that matters to her for whatever reason.
This is going to turn out to be one of the greatest anime face-offs of all time. I'm so excited for this.
Rival confirmed.
Oh yeah.
This is the like the Nega Pilakka.
Yeah.
The evil the Bizarro Pilakka.
Bizarro. Bizarro.
It's gonna make for a good experience. I think I'm really excited to see how it kind of pans out. What are our thoughts so far? I mean, I feel like every time I talk to Jared about Abasi is consistently afraid that, well, one, he's going to get killed, but two, Abasi feels almost like he's not allowed to talk to anybody at all. Do you find that true? Is there an accuracy in this, or is he just being dramatic like typical Abasi?
I think he's being pragmatic.
Okay.
I think he's being very, very practical in his situation and not letting anybody too close, which is kind of understandable. And something Pilakka might just see as like ripe for manipulation, but I totally get it based on where he's coming from. He's like in pure survival fight or flight mode all the time. Which is like, maybe he needs like some more ale or something. I don't know.
Maybe he might need a bit of a drink. It looks like he's still on the phone.
It looks like his player needs a bit of a drink.
Yeah, no joke, right? And what of Donkor, in your personal opinions? Donkor has the least skin in the game at the moment. Everything for Donkor is in favor of Donkor. He has nothing really to lose aside from his life because his reputation remains.
Just his life, no big deal.
I mean, that's you. The moment you become an adventurer, that is right. Very transparently accepted.
He seems like the most like self-assured one of the group, where he's kind of like I feel like he knows what he wants, but he doesn't say what he wants. If that makes sense.
Okay.
It does to me, yeah. I feel like he is he's most like if he was a superlative, it would be like most likely to save our ass with logic and like stoicness.
Most likely to destroy an argument with facts and logic.
Yeah, when we're all just like, what? And he's like, well.
So is he a crocodile Ben Shapiro?
Yep. That's what I was getting at.
Lord.
Ben
Oh,
Shapiro
man.
memes are my favorite. I'm sorry. Well, we don't have to speak about this.
I can already
Facts and
hear the feathers rustling in the audience.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Is that hot here? Anybody else hot? I got it.
Oh, it's fucking good. So let's
It is
let's
actually
see.
really hot in here. Sorry if you're a fanboy.
Is Jared here? Question mark? Nope.
No,
Okay.
that's the face of I'm gonna throw my phone out the window.
Yeah. Then this leaves it down to the three of you. You guys have to make the decision for the group of you. For the five.
Okay.
I don't think Ronan makes decisions. I think he just follows and smacks
So
shit.
it's me and the Burb. It's like Smokey and the Bandit.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Well,
Or Thelma.
Smokey didn't.
Oh my god, in Macho Man, please.
Yep. I love that you knew where I was going with that.
Yeah.
So, Bird, what's next? We have to return these. We have to give the stuff to the consortium. I think we have to do that first because they were the ones who sent us down, and I think if they feel like we're stiffing them or like, is that what you're supposed to do? Right? You're supposed to like, if someone sent you somewhere with the job and you finish the job, we have to like finish the job, right?
the only complication is that Pook wants the same documentation.
Well,
If we are to give to the consortium, we have angered a crime lord.
So we can split it, right? Or I have an idea. Zanjafar has a bunch of documents. We have to get that back from him when he's done. So maybe we can talk to the Pook after we deliver the first part of the delivery to the consortium and let Pook know that the Pharaoh took the documents or something, and then we can get them from Zanjafar and give him a couple of lame ones, not good ones.
Did the Pook only ask for any documentation?
The Pook doesn't know what we got.
You make a point.
Pook did not inventory our what we took out of the tomb. We decide what the Pook knows. We're in charge of the Pook.
Agreed, as long as you keep your voice down. We know not how far the Pook's ears reach.
That's an excellent point.
Does that make him have long ears?
Uh,
Oh hi! I forgot you were down there. So
I love it when people forget about me.
No, it was not in a bad way.
we should perhaps warn you that we are wanted by, or perhaps indebted to a crime lord who seeks the documentation from the tomb out of which we have recently exited. If we do not deliver this to him, he will probably kill us, you included.
I mean, as long as there's fighting, I'm down.
He should be
Let
good
me
in a
warm
fight.
up my shoulders and stuff.
Perhaps then we head to the palace and see if there's a way in to
Well,
meet with Zanjafar.
we can do that, but I really think that we should first settle up with the consortium. They were the first ones who talked to us. I don't want them to get the wrong idea. And
Neferani,
think we're gonna yeah?
you know that the palace is so far away. It's not in town.
Oh,
The Pharaoh's palace is hundreds of miles away.
Okay, all right. So
oh boy.
Wait, so I rode the
you-
boobs hundreds of miles.
Yeah.
the 100-mile boob trek. Yep.
Dude, this should be a movie.
Burb. I think you need to write some fan fiction for
My
your
best friend.
Like my head just could be poking out of them, like in between the cleavage, just my
Just so
face
smug.
with my beard.
That's an image that I won't soon forget.
What's left of your beard.
Here's a
Oh.
question. How thick are the documentation or are the documents that we have? Like how many pages about?
The battle plans?
Yeah.
Battle plans. I would say that it's probably like in the ballpark of like 70 to 80 pages. But they're very large, right? Like it was sort of like canvas paper, so you're looking in the ballpark of like almost 2 feet by 3 feet in size.
Okay. So probably quite a bit of information. It's not practical to get them copied or something.
It would take a substantial amount of time,
Yeah.
especially to duplicate the idea of their age as well. That communication would be very challenging.
Well, you could always give them the originals and keep the copies.
So to the consortium.
We can hold on before we go. So the Pharaoh's, where Zanjifar probably is right now is so far away. So just FYI, maybe should we split this up? So what? Okay, so hey, welcome back, Abasi. The thinking here is we need to go to the consortium because they're expecting us, and I don't want them to think that we did like absconded with their stuff. Is there any way that we can get like a couple of juicy bits for like aside? How much would it cost per page to get stuff copied and weathered?
Like
well,
Kinko's or something.
Yeah, there's not exactly like a public library you can run a quarter through and it's good to go.
Right. I was thinking like there's got to be some sort of like underground like.
There would be.
Like
You would have to locate someone with that skill, and for something like this to natively age date the paperback, because they would have to find something from that time, cleanse it of the dyes or the inks that were put on the page, and then replicate it, putting a bit of wear to it. It would take. You don't even know how long. With the amount of work that you have before you, it could be done in a few hours, depending on how large the amount of people they have operating with them, and based on the amount of magic that they have around them. Or it could take over a month.
Okay.
So it seems like we have an option here. It seems like if we're going to deliver the complete thing, we're going to either give it to the consortium or the Pook. Or we can rob the consortium of, basically split it up and give the Pook X amount of pages, give the consortium X amount of pages. We could argue about which one would be more practical.
Right.
We don't necessarily. I feel like if it's battle plans, you can still get like a pretty complete chunk of information from just a couple of pages. And Pilakka and Abasi should be able to work out like which ones are kind of like juicy tidbits and not cutting a chapter right in half.
We should try and memorize as much of them as well, anyway, just in case it turns out to be something that is used against us in some way later.
Yeah. In character, I think that I'm going to go with what I had suggested, which is that we deliver what we have to the consortium, and that that when we go to the Pook, we let him know that we have to spin it. Right, the Pharaoh's son is holding on to your documents, and we have to go get them before, like make it. Like, transfer the responsibility to someone who's not here.
Right.
That's my yeah.
Why didn't we get those battle plans?
I know, right?
Or other stuff. The stuff that's not.
It's as if you left the cat who is distractible and the alligator who was looking at his axe with the boob grabber and ran away.
Dirty boob grabber.
To be fair, those two people are supposed to be the leaders of our team.
Hey, I can't be responsible.
To be fair, you're the one that carries everything, and you left us behind. And I was injured. You could have just thrown me over your shoulder and skedaddled.
I told people to run. You didn't come to me. You knelt in front of the Sphinx smiling instead. If I was in a life or death situation, I'm like, I got to save everybody. And one of my friends walks up to the giant boob monster and goes, yes, I have found my religion. I'm like, he's dead. Fuck it.
Live together, die alone.
He's the college kid having sex at the beginning of the horror movie. I'm out of here.
Okay, so you leave that kid and the black girl with the monster?
Every
I
time.
asked the black girl to come with me, and she went, well, I gotta stay with the kneeling idiot. And I went,
That's a good point.
I
Well,
couldn't
hey,
go anywhere. I had like 5 HP. My chest was barely sewn together.
and I figured we should leave before the rock monster
I would've
breaks out
tried
of
to
its
run.
sleepy shell.
next time on the Sphinx of Our Lives.
These are the Sphinx of our lives.
Victor Newman will die.
Oh my god.
Who shot Zanjifar? So I'm just gonna be in the shower.
Roger Rabbit.
So okay, I think that's what we should do. That's what we should do. She remembers as she remembers she's in charge. We have to go to the consortium, and I'm just gonna I'm not gonna try to intimidate anyone. I'm just gonna try to look like what I think being in charge looks like, which is this.
I saw what
Very
you said the
well, but-
consortium, but I think we should at least read them.
Oh
We-
yeah, we
I
can read them
have.
away.
I haven't.
Okay.
Wait, is there a way that you could have your raccoon friend scribe the book for us?
No, he's not that dexterous.
Abasi just looks between the goblin and the raccoon and goes,
On top of that, he's totally missing a
thought about
finger.
trying- Yeah, he's a handicap right now. I thought about trying to do it myself, but I definitely do it better than my raccoon.
I think that's accurate.
It's just gonna be like
That-
circles,
But-
fucking X's.
Right.
you give it to Abasi and you give him a little marker and he'll get it done. It'll take a really long time, but he'll get it done.
Marker? Is that
Yeah.
the current
Oh,
technology?
so a little bit of ash then, whatever.
So
Charcoal.
remember what we can also do is that after the fact we can do that if we want to have like some sort of Toy Story Andy's Backyard-esque like this is where the bad guy is with an X and then like a dotted line to like the front line, and we can give that to the Pook. Just thought, put it out there.
That's
already
what
gave
I was thinking. 'cause,
Somebody to the Pook. He doesn't need more.
we got two job givers here. One of them is way more likely to slit a throat for a job half done than the other. That's my reasoning.
Yeah, that's why I
Who do you
picked
think
the
that is?
consortium.
The
I think
consortium.
What? You guys think the consortium is more likely to kill us than the poop?
Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes! I think the consortium is not only more likely to kill us, they're more likely to string us up by our veins for everyone to know in the shape of the consortium symbol.
They've already sent somebody, is what I'm more
Right, so
scared.
the
Oh.
crew would know like exactly what happens when you cross the consortium. Like I look at it like small town mobster versus like Christopher versus fucking Tony,
Like versus
Right.
like the U.S. government. Yeah, I got you.
right?
like-
Like,
okay.
Zanjifar was sent by the consortium as well.
It's true, but Zanjifar then decided to speak out in front of an audience of individuals after he was to be led inside of a party about, hey, the consortium sent me. I'm here to babysit you guys. And they were like, don't. Shut the fuck up.
Abasi was like, we can marry.
yeah, but he was safe from everything. He didn't give a shit.
Was he?
right.
Yeah, was he? That crowd of
Hey.
people.
Why did he show up to do the work if he felt like he was so safe?
Well, I mean, they already knew that he was doing the work, so him mentioning that he was there.
Yeah, we don't know who you are.
So, but really though, I feel like in terms of leverage though too, like this is and I feel almost a little bit at this point now like I'm this analysis is metagame. This is not how she came to her
Sure.
assessment, but she just thinks it's the right thing to do. Pook, like I feel like we could more easily entertain the Pook with the thought of the Pharaoh and we can get some more stuff and we can enhance this deal, whereas the consortium will be like, oh, we know the Pharaoh, we got his son, we brought him to you, fuck it, where's our war plans? Like I feel like they're much more cut and dry in terms of what they want. Right.
Well, and
True.
like Abasi as a character would not offer this forward, but me as a player might, because it was written in chat. The Pook's a piece of shit, and I hate him, and I don't like him very much. But
Same.
he's powerful, and if you wanted to get battle plans copied and given to both people, Pook would be able to do that for you.
True.
He could, but would he? And then
That's the
he
thing.
also has leverage over us with the consortium.
And that's how it is. That's why he would do it, because he owns us at that point in time.
Right, and we don't want that.
No,
Right, we-
and that's why Abasi wouldn't want to go to him anyway. But it is an idea.
Yeah, that's a no.
So it sounds like you have some ideas. It sounds like your options are to, A, take them to the consortium, of which the consequences are that you will displease a crime lord. B, take them to the crime lord, of which you will displease an organization that is known for doing darker and dirtier trades
The world over.
Way past the world over, correct. C, you can split the documents and give some to one and some to the other in hopes that they don't, or they are not wise enough to assume that there is missing information.
Or if you're particularly evil, you give half it to the consortium, and then you tell them the Pook stole the other half.
I feel like we are still responsible for that.
True, but it's a really good way to get the Pook burnt to the ground, and we agree to do everything with the consortium and in our power to get them back.
So, how much? Can we talk about this in character? Because I have an idea.
Totally.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
then I'll
By all
stop
means.
giving ideas like those ones.
So, I guess I'll stop. Like I'll have started walking towards wherever the consortium is and take like 2 steps before I stop. Okay, wait. I have an idea. What if we're honest with the consortium?
Well, I like honesty.
And we tell them, we have these battle plans. Zanjifar has a whole bunch of other stuff, but he's gone now. And the Pook heard that we were going to get these battle plans and wanted them, but we brought them all to you. What is there, is there anything you can do to, since Zanjifar told us, like, lay it out, like, tell them that Zanjifar told us that he was with them, and maybe they'll deny it, who knows, but maybe, just maybe, we can get curry some favor by being honest with what I consider the more organized of the 2 groups that might want to kill us if we screw them over.
Very well. I do believe they may have some interest in contacting Zanjifar, but will they?
Well, the other question is, what if they don't want to help us? So we show up, we give it to them, we say the Pook, he's been doing it, it's very dangerous, we like to go take it, and they come and look at us and go, oh, that's so great, and they take our things and they leave.
Well, then we've still at least fulfilled one thing we were supposed to do, and we have one half of this situation not mad at us. That's good, right? We haven't pissed them off, and that they're probably, I mean, like I said, Zanjifar's hundreds of miles away. They're the only, like, they might be able to help us reach him quicker. They could help us a lot.
Well, I don't disagree, and I don't want to lie to them, but why don't you give them half, hold on to the other half, tell them what's going on, and then give them the other half? Just in case.
I'm not going to, okay, who has the plans, like, physically has them?
Donkor, I think.
Okay, so that's between you and Donkor. I am not. I don't know.
I feel like
don't
this
know
is
if that's the right way to do it, but we should go
I
there.
think that's a plan Donkor might actually go for, but I can't ask.
No, I think
I think that's our best. I think it's our best
you
course
would
of
too,
action.
But I in character, this is like she is leaving. That's her way of being basically like, I'm a lead with us here. You all handle that part.
I feel like this is going to devolve into a bizarre game of Marry, Fuck, Kill, the Aspis, Akentepi, and the Pook.
Pretty much.
I'm down for it.
The real question is, whom do you marry yourselves to at this point? Do you find yourself aligning with Akentepi?
Marry Akentepi, fuck the consortium, and kill the Pook. That's mine.
Agreed, pretty much.
So long as the sex is consensual and they pull on my beard a little bit, Abasi's down.
Everybody likes what they like.
That's true. I'm not going to yuck your yum.
I'm a goblin. I don't know what marrying is, but I'll definitely fucking kill everything.
It's like permanent. Like, imagine you could only fuck one person for the rest of your life. It's terrible.
You're Ronan, I wouldn't worry. It's kind of like this. Say you find a big old hunk of cheese, and every day it makes a new hunk of cheese for you. Then you marry that cheese. Now you have cheese for life.
No, you eat the cheese.
Well, of course you do, and then every day you get new cheese because you married the thing that makes the cheese.
Are we to be paid in cheese? Then why are we doing this?
Let's go. Can we talk about cheese on the way?
Is
Very
the
well.
cheese there?
Yes.
Kaoiji.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
So where are you
Monster.
going?
Where was the consortium lady? She was not in the Tooth and Hookah, was she?
They sent a threat thing to us with Jamara's hair and
That
told
was
us
the
to meet
poop.
them somewhere.
That was the pook.
Was it the Pook?
Well, the Pook has Jamara, as far as we know.
That's what I thought, but I was fairly certain the note said it came from the consortium, which is why I was confused when we got it.
Well, then we should. So okay, where did we meet the lady? Like we had to go to like some hotel room and.
Are you asking me, or are you just trying to recall in general?
Yes. I think the answer is yes.
Okay.
So, little column B. I'm pretty sure because she was. All the hand on my knee inappropriate touching was in the Tooth and Hookah.
Correct.
There was the bank where we gave them our name, where I intimidated the poor teller because.
True. That was actually not the Aspis. That was a very
that
different
was like a
individual.
registration type deal. And then we did meet with the Aspis outside of the consortium, outside of the Tooth and Hookah, correct?
Right, so we don't... I guess we're
she
waiting
said she
for
was
them
going
to contact us.
She said she was going to wait outside and allow you to make your decision on whether or not you'd like to work for the Aspis to make a little bit of coin. And more or less, you were sort of strong-armed into the situation. But she wanted to give you the privacy to at least feel like you made the decision on your own.
Okay. I just couldn't remember if we went like to another, like that we saw another person and like followed them or something. I don't remember.
You guys have followed a few people up to this point, and you've been
Yeah.
followed several times.
Yeah.
But no, you're not actually aware if there's any building for the Aspis inside of Wati. There has been no signifying marks, nothing that would lead you to believe that there is a house of the consortium in Wati whatsoever.
So, okay. We have to find the consortium, but I think that they might find us. So maybe we should go back to the Tooth and Hookah and wait for them.
Very well.
I'm just gonna say it real loud. What do you guys think?
Yes, very well. And then we go. That was the longest deciding what to do next. It was like an hour-long debate.
Yes, it was.
So now we just
I mean,
go.
it was definitely important, right?
To
Because
be fair, I wasn't here for most of it,
That's
and you guys
true.
really needed to have the debate.
They were just stalling.
you guys were
Yeah.
basically deciding who do we please and whom do we make an enemy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna start walking with the bird
Okay,
towards the Tooth and Hookah.
all right.
Do you hold Ronan's hand like a child?
Yes. Well, only if he's okay with that. Do you want to ride on my back, little friend? I'm sorry, friend. My awesome friend.
I don't know where I'm going to put my sword.
It could just hang up your back.
Did we
Do we
decide
know-
that? Do we decide that I can have a thing? Did we buy me a thing?
I don't
No,
think
'cause
you
we
bought
were-
you a
that
thing.
we were trying to figure that out. I still think you
I
should
have
put
a
it on my back.
I have a thing that I figured out how I can mount it on my back.
You
It's
break the sword in
feasible.
half, right?
No.
I still think you need to mount it on my back so that you could just reach up and like pull it down.
I feel like that would turn out really bad.
It
I
gets stuck, and he's just wrenching Neferani into the ground in the most crucial moment of combat.
I think that's awesome.
I posted it in the Discord. And I did the math measurements too on his height versus the length of the sword.
Where did you post it?
I didn't put the math in there, but if you look in game notes, you see that.
There's a
You see
picture of
that?
a halfling. Yeah.
Well, no, go up a little bit. How he has that.
Mhm.
It would just the tip of the sword is resting in the bottom of it, and then there's two little hooks that it hangs on. So all you have to do is pull it out a little bit, and then you can wrap it around his shoulder like this.
But that wasn't really the problem in your logistics. The problem was that you're 2 feet tall and your
But
sword's
it's
5 feet tall.
right, but it's going to be diagonal across my back.
How do you reach it though?
I think it might need to be about
But this-
horizontal, and then you just got to be careful around crowds and doors.
Doesn't fit in doorways.
No, diagonally.
You have to go sideways.
Because the hilt is about a foot of it. So the blade itself from the guard to the tip of the blade is only 4 feet. and I'm 3 feet tall. So 4 feet diagonally wouldn't touch the ground. It'd be barely, but it would still be able to be diagonally. I did it on a thing.
It's just a fucking napkin scrawled with.
Well, I have it-
have big
I see
swords.
what you're doing. I see what you're going with this scabbard,
I
but
did it on one of these, but I
this
can't
is
show it.
this is not like standard by any means. It's something that you will definitely have to have made.
Okay. That's
So
fine.
I mean, if that's something that you want to do, if you want to get it made, you'll have to find a leather worker to make it for you. Pay them for it. Easy thing. But until then, for all intents and purposes, you will definitely be carrying it on your back. Also, that halfling, that's a long sword. That's not a great sword.
It said great sword, and it was the example they showed for a great sword for a halfling in the.
Yeah, that's a small-sized great sword.
Okay, but that's what I would carry, wouldn't it?
No, you because of the way that you built your character, you're wielding medium-sized weapons courtesy of your class. You're a Titan Mauler, so you actually can scale up and without problem wield medium-sized weapons.
Which is terrifying when you think about it, because that means the sword is much larger than that sword, but you're roughly that size, which is really fucking scary.
But how do I transport this? Like, that's my issue that I'm running into.
Like a whirlwind.
Mostly. You actually carry it probably hoisted over your shoulder more than anything else. Or you drag it behind you. Because in combat, it was never about how you transported it. It was about how you planted it in someone. Yeah, you basically walking around like Cloud. Yeah.
Yeah, I would just walk around like Cloud permanently.
What, you mean press a button and have 8 different swords shoot out of one sword? Fucking weird goblin.
Yeah, he does in fact wield a normal greatsword. He has a Titan Mauler. Yep, it's a thing. So, for all intents and purposes, you'll be wielding it upon your back, or you'll just be dragging it behind you. If you wanted to, you could likely tie some kind of a rope or a sash to the bottom of the blade. So at times when you have to put it up, you don't actually have to worry about holding it. You can just drag it behind you, likely leaving a bit of a divot in the sand or the road, wherever you are, but not really that much of a problem. People can just smooth the sand back over.
I don't think I'd want to leave a trail behind me.
Your call.
Yeah, I'm just going to carry it on my shoulder, like, back.
Ride it like a pogo stick.
That's terrifying. Terrifying.
That's big brain plays right there, boys.
Yeah.
And girls.
I believe in you. But for now, it sounds like you guys want to go back to the Tooth and Hookah, correct?
Think that was our goal?
Okay. So to the Tooth and Hookah. How long are you going to be there?
Until somebody tries to contact us or kill us, I guess.
Okay.
Or I guess until it starts to get to be nightfall and we have to because we're not meeting the dog soldiers at the Tooth and Hookah.
I think that I would get pretty tired of carrying the sword around, and I'd see that they have already bought me stuff. So I would probably ask one of them to go with me to find a leather worker or something that would get me that. Because, like, I'm not used to carrying around weapons. I kill people and then I stow it.
Sure. Okay.
And I would go with him because I have to go pick up my armor.
Yeah.
Multitasking.
All right. Assuming that you guys will pass by the time, is everybody just going to kind of travel with and just go through the motions?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay. Then he said that he could repair the armor. It would take him about an hour. And by the time that you arrive, it's fine. There will be a repair cost. It's, if I can recall, it was a substantial amount, but it's leather armor, so it's not going to be as much as you might think. But you can still put in a requisition for the blade sheath. Who's going to do the talking here? Are you going to leave it up to Ronan, or is Abasi going to be putting in the requisition for this?
I would probably talk to, because I want to stay concealed as much as possible. Not knowing where Dick Heat is.
Okay.
Until Jared's character to talk for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kind of give him like a sketch. I'd like draw it on a piece of paper.
Can you have that guy make
This?
So Abasi just grab it and go, he wants his sword to fit and not, have to be holding. I think, look, is that a backpack he's thrown? I don't know. It's a strap. Put the strap on it and see. I know what he's going for. He wants it on the air and he wants to walk through doors and not fall over.
To be able to take it out quickly. I need the quickness.
Okay. He's probably going to be a little confused, mostly, because you are wearing something that's going to disguise how you look. But for all intents and purposes, you are... he'll say it's easy enough, right? A little concerned as to how you're going to properly wield it, but he doesn't really know your circumstance. He'll just shoot a cost your way, of which someone's going to have to pay for that.
Just tell him I'm a performer.
All right,
believe it.
So in order to
look at him, he's from a circus troupe.
In order to repair anything whatsoever, it's 1/5 of its cost. So whatever the item is that you're trying to repair, just look at its cost, and it's just 1/5 of it.
Well, in my case, we were talking about how it was just a leather strap that was broken on the armor.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it was
yeah.
basically fucking nothing.
All right, so and I think
But
you did already.
An hour to go get it. Yeah.
Pretty sure that you already paid for that. Yeah.
I haven't had your chat open in a while because I was trying to find out where all my emotes are hidden.
Okay, let's see what they say about a scabbard. It's probably not going to be too expensive. 1 gold.
Nice.
Yep,
Yeah.
1 gold.
For a custom scabbard, 1 gold.
Yeah, it's just a combat scabbard, and it's relatively easy. He's just got to festoon some like hooks to it, and it's really
'cause
only
it's-
like half the material.
Because it's only like those mounting hooks,
Mhm.
and then like the tip of the sword has to fit. Is my sword really wide? What if I make my sword wider, but not as long? Would it still be a medium greatsword if the width?
I think if you shorten it and you make it wider, it stops becoming a sword and starts becoming a cleaver.
It's literally a buster sword. You are describing a buster sword.
Yeah.
A lot of people like girth over length, though.
Yeah.
Like, most women I talk to, really.
Are we shaming?
No long anything here.
Can it curve a little bit to the left too?
You want your blade to curve to the left?
Yeah, he wants a banana blade.
Yeah, I want it accurate.
All right. All right. So he wants a curvy Coke can. Neat.
Whoa! I didn't say complete Coke can.
It's not even sharp anymore. It's just a myth.
I've dated that person.
It's a leaning stack of pancakes. Uh-oh.
Why's it always got syrup?
Oh no, man. Not like this.
You know what I live for? Is the visual reactions from Misty.
God damn it.
Like a cat who's tasted vinegar for the first time. Like, what have you done?
It's funny, I do that, but yet right before that I said, oh, I've dated that person. So it's not like I really have any actual moral ground to stand on here, or really any actual outrage.
But
The
what
reaction's
so what I'm asking is, can I have Cloud's sword straight up?
He just needs a heavy,
No.
broken, fat chunk of metal. He's happy.
Why? Why wouldn't that be something a goblin?
Well, because they weren't aware of what video games were.
Okay, they had swords before video games.
Yeah, but they were also realistic.
I mean, if we're talking realistic and
They actually
historical,
killed people.
you wouldn't use a sword anyway. You'd use a goddamn spear like a smart boy.
Generally, yeah.
No, look right here. Look,
Get Cloud Sword on the end of a stick and
this
use it as a spear.
this is literally. I typed in Pathfinder Goblin Barbarian, and this is literally what came up.
Yeah, but you are in the desert, friend. You're not in Western Golarion. It's way different here. I mean, everybody
That
still
was
dies the same, but
Well, that was the sword that was attached to my
Mostly.
box. It wasn't like I got my sword here. The,
Well, yeah.
the sword came with me.
correct.
Can I post images or no?
You should be able to. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to.
So the
Okay.
sword could be from wherever he's been.
Yeah,
Really.
Yeah, see that or fuck.
It's
That's
the sacred
the problem.
Atlantean blade
You
of the
keep-
fish goblins.
you keep doing this. This is a small-sized greatsword. Imagine
How is
that,
that small?
Wait,
twice the size.
That if that's 3 feet, that's 5. That's at least 5 feet.
No, that not all goblins are 3 feet, man. You literally have the top tier of goblin height. Like you are the shack of the goblin world.
I thought
So the
whole
sword is
thing-
bigger
the whole
than
point
that?
was. I thought the whole point is that he could wield medium weapons, and that's why this is difficult.
Correct.
It's huge because it's bigger than that.
Yeah, it's not so much that goblins are capable of wielding small or medium weapons. It's I don't even know what we're arguing about anymore. What the fuck are we arguing about? What is
I'm
even
not
happening?
arguing. I'm just asking questions.
On
Yeah.
how big the sword is.
The sword
my
is
bad. I
literally
misunderstood what Bob said. Ignore
it's
it.
about twice as long and 8 times the weight of that weapon.
His goblins are only about 2.5 feet on average.
Oh, that's even. I would say that they're probably closer to like 2 feet and 4 inches. That's where they kind of lie. What they have people in is just sheer numbers. When goblins have babies, it's not like 1 or 2. It's usually like 8 to 16. So they just rampage you. They have these enormous like trapjaw mouths that they kind of clamp down upon you, and they just overwhelm you in sheer numbers.
And out of that 8 to 16, like 3 or 4 of them usually survive. But still,
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot, kid.
So this goblin right here in that picture is 2 feet tall.
That's about, yeah. That goblin right there is about 2 feet tall, and that blade is probably about 3.5 feet tall.
Listen, all I can say is that just be glad that you're Ronan. Because there are other goblins you could be, man.
Also, something you have to bear in mind is that this picture is not indicative of true scale. This is one artist's interpretation of wielding a blade.
You could have looked like that motherfucker on the official goblin page. Like, you're coming out ahead, dude.
True enough. Ko, thank you for the host, buddy. I appreciate that. And Paul, thank you again, man.
Wait, you're saying that one's less attractive than the other one?
Dude, look at him. He's 90% ear, and I'm not sure his teeth know what mouth it's in.
But the one I linked is
That's-
like 90% mouth and teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that's terrifying. This thing is fucking... No.
Ryu's is cuter.
Oh, God,
A little
yeah.
cuter. A little cuter,
I don't really have a my thing
Scale for
finished anyway.
goblin.
You don't really have what?
I don't have my art finished
That's fine.
for my character. Yeah.
That's fine. Ko, how you
Anyway.
doing, man?
Did you realize I've been muted this whole time? I'm
Oh,
doing
no.
well. Apologies for being late.
It's all right, man. I just figured you something had either happened or were just kind of stuck grabbing a cat nap and just went over.
Hey, how did you feel about everybody's reaction to what happened with the Sphinx down by the river? I'm kidding. Please don't answer that. We've had that. We've debated that
Why would
like
you do
every
that?
session. We've debated that once a session for the past like 4 sessions.
I'm still not over it, okay?
I told you to come with me.
Including this one.
What's awesome is I think that I
Should
only
be
go to that
brand.
once. I think that was only brought on by me one time, and since then it's you guys like reliving that moment.
Yeah.
It was traumatic. It was obviously traumatic. They
keeps going back.
abandoned us.
That's right. My party abandoned me and the bird in our time of need. We were alone in the desert, lost and confused, low on water.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
but-
must have been rough. It's not like we were in any danger at all.
Well, not you
I had a-
specifically. You're rubbing face into boob and flying away.
I had to drink Abasi's emo tears for sustenance.
It's true. Then we found a
Again?
goblin, and the bird wouldn't let me eat it.
Dude, why'd you eat a goblin?
I feel like that's the other way around, right? I feel
Yeah.
like Abasi wouldn't let Pilakka eat it. That seems very up Pilakka's alley.
Pilakka puts a lot of weird things in her mouth, like embalming fluid.
And blood.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yes.
get a taste of what you're dealing with.
And nerve toxin.
Perfect. Okay, so a lot of the session so far, KO has been them deciding what it is that they are going to be doing going forward. They had this argument about whether or not it was safer to deliver the documents to the consortium or to the Pook.
The
Or maybe-
argument ended in the words, Donkor will tell us what to do.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, know that you just woke up, but no pressure, guy. Let's talk this through. What would Donkor do?
Donkor's gonna go see the consortium. That was part of his plan because he doesn't trust the Pook.
Well,
See, I
nobody-
told you,
just-
Blacklight,
that's
you were
safe.
the only one who thought the Pook was more dangerous.
I just totally forgot how dangerous the consortium is.
Well, the idea is if the consortium really wanted the Pook gone, they could.
And us with him.
We should rat him out then.
That's what I said. Let's
That's
turn
what
them
I
on him.
said.
Yeah.
I want the Pook dead. I don't know why. I have this dream of being like
He was such a dick to us so early on that we've just determined that he has to die. No matter
was
what
all a
else we
dream.
do, he has to die.
Neferani the queen out there. And
I don't know what you're talking
you.
about.
No, we just also assume that he's
benevolent.
behind so much of the bad that's going on right now. Like,
Is he?
True. Screw that.
we assume that we don't know if he is or not. He could be he could be our only ally, but we don't know, and therefore
He
we
could
don't
also-
care.
If he wanted to set him up, set himself up as like our ally, he should have done better.
He doesn't have to.
All he
the
did
best-
was-
that's the best part.
All he did was threaten us, talk shit, and then kidnap one of our friends. Of course,
To be fair-
we're gonna give you the raw deal.
To be fair, he didn't just do that. He gave that friend back. He then proceeded to tell your father to shut up and stab him in the face.
Which Abasi
That's pretty
loved.
sweet.
He did like.
So
Yeah.
that is true. So I would say I still would like to go with my. So welcome back, Donkor. My idea
Uh-oh.
it's okay. It's not bad. I think you might have also been in the little Pommette's room. I want to give the war plans to the consortium and let them know, hey, FYI, this guy named the Pook also wanted them, but we said no because we're being honest. We're being true to our thing. We need Zamjafar because he left, and not tell them about the other papers because then they'll probably just take them from Zamjafar. That's a bad idea. And like see if they can't get us in touch with Zamjafar, and then we can give some of those to the Pook.
Yeah, no.
Well, what's your idea?
So
Because last I saw, you all wanted me to be in charge. My idea apparently sucks.
well, apparently you guys are leaving it on me now. So
We're just asking for your opinion. We can just go right back to the consortium. I'm fine with that.
because what's going on in the back of Donkor's head is that the consortium was the first one that gave them this deal. Not only is there money on the line, but there's potential. If you don't do what we told you, we're gonna make your life a living hell on the line. And he doesn't like that. Doesn't like it's not within his best interest. So the other thing is that he also thinks that the Pook asking for the same thing that the consortium wanted, that could be a great deal of things. Could have been information, could have been items. I don't think we ever told him.
Yeah, he
what
has no
they
idea.
wanted.
He has no idea of what you guys were requested to bring. All he wanted to know was what did the consortium ask for, and he asked for it instead.
Yeah, so
We should tell them that they wanted Nard.
Yeah.
God, we could have sold all that Nard.
So
Might work.
we can try.
We don't have your stuff, but we have this lovely nard.
But more than likely, the consortium, especially dealing with future plans, would be a much bigger ally than the Pook. Especially if the Pook is involved with the kidnapping or the taking of Jamara.
I think the overarching plan we were trying to work with was side with the consortium, but try and use the consortium to help us deal with the Pook or get rid of the Pook's problems or stave off his influence.
I have a question, and I want everyone to answer at the same time, okay?
Uh-oh.
It's going to be the moment that I ask this question, you answer, because I want to see what everybody thinks here. All right?
Okay.
So the question is, I'll count down. You'll see the fingers. It'll be 3, 2, 1, and then everybody say it at the same time. Who has Jamara? 3, 2, 1.
The Pook.
Consortium. I think the consortium has it.
I have no fucking idea who
I think
Jamara
the-
is.
I think the Pook works for the consortium.
I don't. I think he wants what they have.
I think it
Otherwise,
works
why
for him.
ask
That's
to pray them.
I think it's
I think
definitely. I think
okay.
it's definitely the Pook. Use it because I remember we
What if
found
the-
a clove of hair with a consortium seal on it. I think is what we saw when she
I wasn't
when
crazy.
she was.
What if the lady has Jamara?
What if Jamara is the one behind all of this?
Right. What if Jamara?
What
No, I mean
if
the lady. The
What
lady
do we know about her, really?
You don't. You
what
don't
if
really
the
know
Pook
anything.
is the lady?
No, the lady that you guys talked to about the quest that we're gonna go on.
Seti?
That lady, Seti.
Using
What if
the
she has
consortium
Jamara?
seal? Damn.
Why would Seti kidnap
Maybe she's trying to
and then
impose them.
send us into the necropolis where she didn't want us to go?
Okay, I'm still walking to the Tooth and Hookah.
Okay. All right. So everybody's on their way to the Tooth and Hookah. This is juicy. I love the fact that there's
So
a,
we
Well, I ha-
a
bought the
little-
scabbard and I got my armor back, right?
How long?
Yeah.
Wait, did he make the scabbard just on the spot?
It will take a day. It
Okay.
will take a day. He said it's relatively easy, but he'll have to requisition some proper holders for a medium-sized greatsword, and he'll ask the local smith for it. He said it won't take him long, but he's backed up at this point. Since the necropolis is opened, the blacksmith is seeing a significant amount of work coming through, and
Hey,
It's
that
gonna take some
economic stimulus package worked out real well.
actually,
Way to go,
that's-
Zanjafar's dad.
yeah, that was the entire point, was that it was believed that opening up the necropolis would stimulate the economy locally, so... Especially since this particular necropolis had the most rapport. It had the most reputation, and believed that it had potentially the rarest of goods.
I'm a fool. I should have bought portions of businesses around town before they got big. I still could. Abasi's
technically
be
could.
right back. He's got to go buy some inns.
Still technically good. So,